Welcome everyone to Rock and Ice's new thing we're doing called Beer and Gear. I'm Francis, the editor of Rock and Ice and Gym Climber magazines.
I'm Albert Oak. I also work at Rock and Ice and Gym Climber. We're here in lovely Carbondale, Colorado at Batch, a local brewery with great food, great beer.
Yeah, we're super stoked. We love this place, and this is also the home of Rock and Ice's global headquarters. So we're very happy to have this place here. Yeah, Beer and Gear is something new we're doing, and this is not advertising or sponsored content in any way. This is just gear we're stoked on, and we're gonna talk you through it.
Francis, that's a very interesting coaster you got there. Mind telling me a little bit about it?
It also doubles as a climbing shoe.
Wait, really? Wait, but can a coaster, like an actual coaster, double as a climbing shoe?
No, probably not. Yeah.
You never know.
Never know, man.
Yeah,
Never know.
I'll try.
All right, so as most climbers are aware, Black Diamond came out with a lot of shoes last year. You know, they probably launched like 4 to 5 models.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah. And I've climbed in all of them. I probably actually own maybe 50 pairs of climbing shoes, so we're testing new climbing shoes. I can't really have a favorite shoe because I have to test out shoes all the time.
You're the climbing equivalent of a sneakerhead. Like these modern guys that get all these basketball shoes, you're that, but climbing.
Yeah, that's pretty much right.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing Black Diamond came out with is last year. It's called the Aspect. This is like I would just comfortably call this their trad shoe.
Yeah.
Reason being, the telltale mark of a good trad shoe, or at least that you can tell, is that they're covering up the laces for cracks, right? You know, so when you're getting in there and you're torquing this thing in there, you're not just chumming up your laces and
rip them all out.
Yeah, rip them all out. So that's kind of what's going on here. This is it's a flat, stiff shoe, as you can tell. So you know, even when it shows your foot's in a crack and you're tweaking it, the midsole here is not flexing too much, so that's going to give you a lot of structure, right?
Yeah.
If you're jamming in Indian Creek or Yosemite and you're on number 2s or 3s and you're really tweaking this thing, it's going to stay pretty firm, which I think is the hallmark of a good trad shoe.
Yeah.
So that's pretty rad. Leather uppers here. Okay. Again, a little extra durability, so that's always good. It's not micro suede.
These laces are quite thick.
Beefy laces. Yeah, mine are still holding tight. I've worn this shoe up a couple desert towers, most recently Moses down in Canyonlands, and been to Indian Creek in the shoe, and on some local granite. So it's getting beat up, but she's still hanging in there.
Yeah.
It's got a little extra rubber here. So again, for extra durability for trad climbers who are always shoving their feet and stuff.
Yeah, getting it all the way in.
Yeah, exactly. Same with here. So again, kind of coated there. I'd say it's pretty. Kind of the fit is more like their momentum, I would say. Like it's a comfortable shoe. You don't want to size this thing small because it's got a thin nose. So if you size this thing small, you're going to regret it with your big toe.
What kind of foot shape do you have? Do you have like narrow, wide, or?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think this is probably middle of the road in terms of like wide or thin feet. You know, this is a unisex shoe. They didn't make this for men or women, so you know it's. Oh,
it's gray. Yeah, it's neutral color.
Neutral color. Yep. Kind of like hot gray, whatever you want to call that. 4.3 millimeters of rubber, so a lot of rubber.
Yeah.
So it's gonna last. You know.
Durable.
Yeah, it's durable. Somewhat of a tension heel, but not really. Again, if you're looking for a tension heel on a trad shoe, you're either climbing a really hard trad or you're wearing the wrong shoe.
Yeah.
So there's that.
How's the edging?
Yeah, good call. BD likes to call this like an edging shoe. At least I think I've seen them marketing that. It's good. The platform's good. You know, the way your toe is going to snug up here is it's pretty much going to follow the shape of most feet. You know what a lot of climbers do on hard trad is they're just going to wear like a semi-loose sport shoe. A lot of people don't know, but the trad shoe can really help you out and stay on edges longer when you're up in the black or doing something really hard. So it is nice to have a stiffer sole, you know, and it does have. It is a good edging shoe. It's a great edging shoe. I wouldn't say it's like the best edging shoe I've ever worn, but it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Great, phenomenal for cracks. Again, and this thing hasn't stretched. In terms of sizing, I wear a 9.5 in these, and I typically wear a 9 in BD shoes, and I'm an 8.5 in street. So I guess, you know, I could have probably got these in a 9.
Yeah.
Nice job on your.
Thanks.
See, I need to catch up now. So yeah, I guess I have to do all the talking so he can do more drinking.
Yeah, see,
Strategy. It's a good strategy. I like. So yeah, I think this is a good shoe by BD. They hit the mark on this one. This one and their Momentum, I think, are really strong offerings.
Yeah.
You know, Momentum, low price point. This is $150. I say most competitive trad shoes are going to be a little higher than that.
Yeah.
So they nailed it. One thing BD I've heard rumors of is that they're going to make this in a high top version. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, definitely need to do that.
Here's a very unique question. I know some people out there that I know personally have really sweaty and smelly feet, and shoe scent retention is sometimes a factor. Does it smell bad?
No.
No, and you've worn it for quite a bit outdoors.
Oh yeah, I've sweated in this thing. Yep. Smelled good. That's phenomenal.
That's not bad.
My feet smell great.
It's decent.
Or
do your feet smell great? I don't know which one.
That could be. Yeah.
I don't want to smell it, but I'm just gonna take your word for it.
This could be it. Yeah. So yeah, good job by BD. Yeah, it's good trad shoe.